Jo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Genshin Impact. Wir machen heute weiter mit einem Legendenauftrag, beziehungsweise fangen wir an mit einem Legendenauftrag. Und jo, worum es dabei sich handelt, das erfahren wir jetzt hoffentlich.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the three of us.
Verdammt
And
nochmal.
she's been handling it alone all along. The Qixing secretary clearly isn't an ordinary person. It's so frustrating.
You're just...
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not servants.
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, Traveler? It has been several days since Ganyu left for Joyun Karst. She's the general secretary of the Liyue Qixing. We've only taken over her responsibilities until she gets back.
Warum ist sie in den Yujun Cast aufgebrochen?
Even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they still want to pay their respects to the Illuminated Ones. They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Joyun Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now, but she's disappeared without a trace.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying there is still so much to do. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right? Why do you look so upset?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Die Adepten sind wirklich zu bewundern.
Speaking of Joyun Karst, Traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Yes.
Of course, we've been there lots of times.
That's good news. Could you go to Joyun Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload.
Anscheinend können das wohl wirklich nur wir übernehmen.
We're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting Cloud Retainer's abode. You might as well start looking for her there.
It's about time she came back to work. Otherwise...
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
Sinai Unicornis, Wolkenmeer und Menschenmeer.
Ganyu left to visit Cloud Retainer.
Heißt der Legendenauftrag. Yujun... Moment mal, das ist nicht Yujun Cast. Das war damals da, wo man das Essen kochen musste, glaube ich.
We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah. Hier haben wir doch schon mal jemanden gesucht, aber ich weiß nicht mehr wen. Und das war eben das, wo wir das Essen kochen musste. Wait, what? Opfere die leckere Juwelensuppe? Schon wieder? Oh, Moment mal. Paimon redet die ganze Zeit mit uns, aber das ist kein Sound, lol. RIP. Oh, was? Und hier ist noch ein... What? Hier ist noch ein Geoculus? LOL. Als ob. Damn. Was gehen die Nähe des Aozang-Berges, um nach Ganyu zu suchen?
Person standing over there.
Ah,
That's Ganyu. We finally found her.
servus.
Ganyu, here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuehai Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Du hast die Welt der Menschen verlassen?
You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishu. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me.
Ich fürchte, du hast
Since the
eine...
Qixing gave me a chance to leave with dignity, I decided to be tactful as well.
Ich fürchte, du hast einiges missverstanden.
I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Jueyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well.
Wir verstehen uns gut.
Ah, the matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Ah, yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Ich bin tatsächlich ein wenig neugierig.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball. The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
Oh boy. Ich glaube, Ganyu ist sauer.
Ah, one's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? Huh. But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end. She should be in the southern part of Mount Aozang right now, preparing for the trial.
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Alright. Geh zum Ort von Ganyus Prüfung und sprich mit ihr. Ah, convenient. I like that. Oh, lol. Ich dachte mir doch gerade, ist sogar was kaputt gegangen. Nice one.
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here?
Wir wollten dir Gesellschaft leisten.
Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti for too long. Considering the kindness you have shown me, I can let you stay for the Adeptus training.
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin the training.
Na, da bin ich ja mal gespannt. Das ist bestimmt so eine Zeitprüfung oder irgendwie sowas. What? Aktiviere innerhalb von 12 Hä? Ach so. Ah. Okay, das funktioniert nicht. Okay. Ah. Alright. Okay, der Upstream hat irgendwie nichts gebracht. Danke für gar nichts. Oh, na gut, der hat aber auch nichts gebracht. Okay, also ich lag mit der Zeit richtig, aber das sieht nicht so einfach aus. Das sieht wahrlich nicht so einfach aus. Nein, spring hoch. Ah. Zack. Ups. Hey! Also. Okay, da hoch. Uff. Ah. Nice one. Getroffen. Getroffen. Und getroffen.
Wow! Ganyu's a really awesome shooter!
If you could see through the eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
Okay, das habe ich getroffen. Ah, noch 5? Okay. Ah, könnte knapp werden, weil ich am Anfang so langsam war. Verdammt. Also. Oh, baby. Lol. Okay, noch 2 Stück in 1 Minute. Das müsste man eigentlich schaffen können. Achso, Leute, die sind eh direkt nebeneinander. Oh, Leute, es waren alle 3. Na, Moment.
We've completed the task. What do you think?
Vielleicht hätte ich auch das Zeug zu einem Adepten.
I agree. You possess many qualities similar to those of Adepti, despite having none of their blood.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet.
Date
The
mit dem
part
süßen
prepared by
Boy.
Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
Vom Fürsten das fliegende Wasser auf aufgetürmten Berge? Ja, wahrscheinlich von jedem, logischerweise.
The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Huh. So it's Shao. That cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
Wie interessant.
I found him unapproachable at first too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Of course we are. Let's go.
Yeah. We can do that next time. Und damit danke fürs Einschalten. Würde mich mal ein Like, Kommentar und ein Abo von euch freuen. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.